Go ahead.
Worm tea contains a conglomeration of all the essential elements that plants need and thrive on. When you make worm tea, you're taking worm castings and you're putting it in a solution of water. You're liquefying the castings and you're increasing the bacterial count. What's recommended to make worm tea is to take molasses, a sugar content, add it to the combination of castings and water and aerate it. This increases the bacterial content of this liquid. The bacteria are thriving on that molasses that you put in there. So they're like, the bacteria level is going crazy. You got all kinds of bacteria floating around in this water. You introduce that to a plant, that is like a gold mine to the plant because it has everything that the plant needs. It's got bacteria, which is going to exchange the oxygen. It's going to exchange the food to the root system. This is why plants perk up, stand up, and smile when you put worm castings on them. The worm castings, the liquefied worm castings, contains all the things that worms need to thrive on, the plant needs to thrive on. You've got a combination of food source that's going directly to the heart of the roots and going directly to the stem. The various layers of the plant, I forgot the various layers, but that's what the plant needs to thrive and grow very fast.
Okay, so some people are making worm tea, and as you said, it has molasses in it. Is that a good product? The worm tea with molasses, is that a decent product?
That is a way of making the tea and exciting the bacterial content. By adding the extra sugar of molasses in there, you're stepping up the activity of the bacteria count. That's what you want. That's what plants need. Everything on earth, once it hits the soil, it turns into bacteria. Our life source, our food is bacteria. So we are a big pile of bacteria walking around. So that's what plants need and thrive on, is this source of bacteria that we're giving them, which is called worm tea. Mm-hmm. What we do here at the farm, we have our own proprietary method of making tea. We put worms in a water solution.
Right. But now I hear that your method is a better worm tea than what is currently being produced. Is that correct?
I feel that is the best solution because worms can actually live in the water. As long as there's air in the water, we'll put an aerator, a tube in there pumping air into the water. We'll take the worms and we'll put them in a sack. And in that sack we put rabbit dung. It's a food source. Put the worms in there. The worms are not going to come out because the food is right there in that sack, cotton sack, tied up. As long as the air's in there, food is there, the worms are going to eat and thrive. After about 4 or 5 days, the worms will eat up the value of that rabbit dung that's in that bag. The output is pure castings into the water. So what we have is a liquid casting that worms have actually lived and thrived in for over a week. This source of liquid is already aerated. It already has the high count of bacteria in it. It is the best form of castings that I have ever used. I have had customers run me down in the street to get some of this. I'm not exaggerating. I've had people recognize me. I've had this in hydroponic systems where we implemented, they got the aerators where I bring in a sack of worms and rabbit dung every week and put it in there. I mean, this stuff rejuvenated plants that were dying. I have so many compliments from the store owners from that hydroponic system using fresh worms and liquid worm casting. I'm going to bring that with that worm caster right over there. We're going to start making that product again and start offering that product. You can't patent it because, you know, it's dealing with worms, but the process, kind of secret. I'm going to try to, I already told you what the process is, but as long as you're using it and benefiting the earth surface, it's okay with me. As long as I can still use that process myself, I don't feel bad about talking about it.
Great. So, Mr. Jones, do you mind giving us one more introduction? Because when we were over at the front, a car drove by and it was kind of hard
Yes,
to hear
I
you.
messed it up.
We could do
I
it
know.
from right here if you like, because it's kind of quiet in here.
Cool. Please, that's what I need. Somebody that knows what the hell, because yeah, okay, so start all over.
It's just introduction. I am, you are at, this is what we do.
Hello, how you doing? I'm Edward David Jones. I'm the founder of OMT Systems, a nonprofit, 5013 nonprofit organization. Also, founder of the Aftermeal Inc. I am an author of a book entitled The Aftermeal. Kind of wound up in this aftermeal. Anyway, today I wanted to introduce you to our worm farm, what we do out here at Ivory Farms. Ivory Farms is a subsidiary of OMT Systems. And it is where we live and breed our animals. We have goats, horses, chickens, rabbits, guinea pigs, cats, all types of animals that we rescue some and we heal some and we sell some back to the public. Our main focus is on worms. We are worm farmers. And we have our worm farm here. This is just one section of the worm farm. We have compost piles out in the back where we have worms in the ground that are growing. We feed them aftermeal, which we get from restaurants. We have a co-op of restaurants that selectively separate their waste items. They put their eggshells in one container. They put their lettuce and tomatoes in one bag. They put their bread in another bag. They separate these items for them and put them into our aftermeal basket. These items are no longer garbage because they're not mixed in one bag and the black liner bag, as we so call it, and become garbage. By them being in separate containers, they are products. We go and collect those products. We convert the eggshells into a powder. We mix it with compost, some of the castings, and the coffee grounds, and we make a product called worm food, which is what we feed our worms, and we sell back to the public to put in their gardens to attract worms. On this section here, we've got composting red wigglers. On this section over here, we have our earthworms and nightcrawlers. We have them in the ground as well. And this is the takeoff to Ivory Farms worm farm.
So, let me stop this for a sec. So, I'm gonna ask you